On Thursday after the Edo State governorship election sitting in Abuja admitted the bimodal voter accreditation system BVAS brought to the court by INEC staff following the subpoena issued on the commission to provide the machines in court. BTV News senior reporter Best Orator reports that attempts by the PDP witness to speak to the exhibit failed as the respondent and tribunal said that the BVAS should be marked first. The report.
On resumption of the afternoon session on Thursday, the petitioners informed the tribunal that acting on court subpoena, the INEC brought the Bvas machines used in different polling units in the September 21, 2024 governorship election to the tribunal. Counsel to the petitioners told the tribunal that the INEC witness was already in court to produce the materials. He further told the tribunal that the INEC official that brought the material said it would take about 40 minutes to sort them out. Chairman of the tribunal, Justice Wilfred Ekpochi, said rather than wait for another 40 minutes for sorting, it would be better for the petitioners to instead call on other witnesses to continue the matter. However, the petitioners' counsel said the witnesses they will call will have to speak to the document, which is the Bvas machines. So at this point, the tribunal took a brief adjournment to allow parties sort out the Bvas. Again, the tribunal reconvened to continue the matter. The petitioners' counsel there informed the tribunal that they applied to INEC through a subpoena on the 9th of January 2025, directing the first respondent INEC to produce 133 polling unit results in accordance to 2 schedules relating to Bvas with respect to issue of overvoting. At this point, when the petitioners' counsel mentioned overvoting, that Onyechi Ikpeazu SAN, counsel to APC, objected to the statement, saying that INEC witness is only in court to produce the document and petitioner counsel cannot be talking about overvoting as the witness cannot give any evidence but only to produce the document. Thereafter, Mr. Anthony Itodo, a senior technical officer in the ICT department in INEC, said he was at the tribunal to present the devices used for the elections based on the subpoena and introduce himself to the tribunal. Mr. Itodo said what he brought to the tribunal are Bvas used in 133 polling units, but said that a total of devices brought to the tribunal are actually 148 Bvas for the 133 polling units. The petitioners applied that the Bvas machines be verified because, according to him, the INEC staff had briefed him that he brought in 151 and not 148 Bvas that the INEC technical officer said he brought. He said it was important that the document be checked to know the exact figures. On his part, Emmanuel Okala SAN, counsel to Senator Monday Okpebolo, said the business of INEC witness is just to produce the document, lay it on the table and leave, and that he is not in a position to talk about figures. Chairman of the tribunal, Justice Wilfred Ekpochi, said whatever the witness told the petitioner privately cannot be recorded by the court. Again, the tribunal chairman said they will take a brief break to enable the panel discuss what should be done next. On resumption after the short break, the tribunal asked the witness to bring out the Bvas machines from the boxes and display them to everyone's glare. Kanu Agabi SN, counsel to INEC, said only 148 Bvas is related to Edo election. The tribunal thereafter admitted the Bvas in evidence. Ikpeazu SAN insisted that the Bvas can only be produced by INEC officials in court and cannot be admitted. It was at this point that the petitioner's counsel applied for the Bvas to be admitted. Respondents' counsel to INEC objected to the admissibility of the Bvas machines and said they will adduce reasons for their rejection to later date. Then the petitioner's counsel called on the next witness to give evidence to speak to the documents, but the tribunal chairman, Justice Wilfred Ekpochi, said if the witness was coming to speak to the document, the Bvas should first of all be marked. At this point, the tribunal chairman, Justice Wilfred Ekpochi, called on counsel to INEC, Kanu Agabi SAN, who is a senior SAN, to advise the tribunal on what needs to be done. The chairman told Agabi SAN to be dispassionate about his stand on the matter. Kanu Agabi SAN told the tribunal that it was only proper for the Bvas machines to be marked before any witness can speak to the documents. And so at this point, the petitioners agreed that they goofed when they called in witness without first marking the Bvas. At the end of the tribunal, counsel to the All Progressives Congress, Stephen Uhoro, and former civil commissioner in Edo State, Ifaluyi Isibo, and the APC state chairman, Imperial Jarrett Tenebe, comments.
Well, what just happened now, Bvas machines for 133 polling units were tendered. What INEC tendered today, they said they brought in 148 Bvas machine used for 133 polling units. Now what they did was to tender them, dump them, and then left. And now you cannot take your vehicle to a mechanic without an engine. That means you have started bringing in a carcass. And so what just happened now, they wanted to also feed in witnesses to tender those Bvas. And they said these Bvas are not marked. It ought to be marked before you can tender them. And so they now applied for an adjournment to enable them put their house in order. And so in the wisdom of the courts, they now adjourn the matter for tomorrow again for continuation of hearing. We are happy, we are going on, and we are moving on very well. It is the petitioners who are moving at a very slow pace. By now, we would have gone further than this. And so what the court is saying is that, we are too slow. They need time for the respondents. They need time for them to address the court. They need time to also write their final judgments. So the pace at which they are going is too slow. So that is what they said. And so it is normal for them to be annoyed, not to be happy at this stage. But yeah, so far so good. We are on, and the tribunal is moving on.
Well, it's been going on well. I'm here. Anytime I hear Bvas, I'm always around. Because you remember I accused the Obaseki that they were trying to smuggle Bvas in. So anytime I hear anything about Bvas, I normally will want to come around. So that's why I came in today to check. I think it's going on well. They don't have a case, which even people that are laymen in law are aware that they actually don't have a case. Call your witnesses, you are not getting the witnesses to call, you are trying to blame it on people. So I think their case is dead on arrival. And the case, all their witnesses is based on ESA, and the law does not allow that. It's not tenable, ESA.
Well, the case is not slow. We have an excellent case that was brought before the tribunal, and the tribunal is taking her time painstakingly, taking our evidence, tabling our facts, and cross-examining, our witnesses. And today we made significant progress. We had 2 of our witnesses testify before the tribunal, and to the glory of God, we had INEC tender 133, later they changed to 148, later they changed to 151, later they changed to 147 Bvas machines for us to examine results for 133 polling units. We have been dragging this with INEC for so long, and that is why we had to apply for the tribunal to be relocated to Abuja, so we could have access to the Bvas machines, and INEC had to be subpoenaed by the tribunal, and today they submitted the Bvas machines, and we're excited. We're going to do markings of the Bvas machines today, and by tomorrow our witnesses from the polling units will come to speak to the Bvas machines, to speak to the results we have brought before the tribunal to challenge.
At the resumed hearing on afternoon on Thursday, the petitioners could not call in further witnesses owing to what played out in what appeared to be the dumping of documents in court when the subpoenaed witness of INEC brought in the Bvas. But the respondent counsel were vehement that the witnesses cannot speak to the documents because they were not marked. And so the tribunal had no choice than to adjourn sitting. And so let's see what now happened next. Perhaps on Friday, from the tribunal premises in Abuja, Best Orator reporting for BTV News.